Hello there guys and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today's video is, as you may have already noticed, is about LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Now I haven't done a video on this in many months now as news has been incredibly slow, so I thought I'd take a look at what sort of DLC this game could potentially receive if they go down this route. If you're as excited for this game as I am, then be sure to leave a like on the video guys. It would really mean a lot to me and it will of course help me out as well. So with this game, we already know that there will be a lot of explorable space and ground on the free roam aspects, with TT Games saying they've basically built every planet and that you can play as pretty much every Star Wars character imaginable. This means that we can expect to explore a lot of different planets and play as hundreds of potential characters. With regards to the planets, there was an exclusive demo showcased at E3 last year, where the Millennium Falcon started off in space with Tatooine in sight. The player had the option to land in Mos Espa, Mos Eisley and Anchorhead. Now the fact that there are just these locations already is very exciting, especially for such places like Tatooine, obviously with the Dune Sea as well, and many other places perhaps that will be explorable like the Sarlacc Pit as well. Now with all of the planets in the game, these will all have multiple points of exploration as well as tons of collectibles and side quests. Now based on that alone, I think this game sounds incredible and already I can think of a lot of awesome pieces of DLC content that could be added. The first piece of potential content that we could receive is nice and simple, and that is just a character pack. These character packs will essentially just give you a bunch of new characters that you can play as based on a certain theme. LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens had quite a few of these, some even based off of the animated shows. Now as this is the Skywalker Saga, so it will be the 9 episodic films, I'm not really expecting to play as people from Star Wars Rebels, Clone Wars or other pieces of media like Solo or The Mandalorian, which is obviously where the character packs come in great. Based on how many different characters there are in Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance and so on, we could have a lot of different character packs. A Clone Wars pack for example could bring characters like Ahsoka, Ventress, Savage Opress, Mother Talzin, Captain Rex and many more new playable characters, as well as new skins for other characters like Darth Maul, Commander Cody, Anakin, Obi-Wan and many more. Speaking of these character packs, the next piece of DLC that we could potentially see for the game is vehicle packs. These vehicle packs work exactly the same as the character packs, but obviously for vehicles. Let's take a look at Solo for example. If we got a vehicle pack for the Solo spin-off film, then we could receive quite a lot of new vehicles, even characters as well if they went and did a character pack. Now with these vehicles we could get obviously the Falcon from the movie, Enfys Nest swoop bike, Han Solo and Moloch's speeder from the chase on Corellia, the Imperial patrol bike and even Dryden Voss's yacht that Kira takes at the end of the film to Dathomir. Obviously other things like Rogue One, Rebels, Clone Wars Resistance, The Mandalorian and anything else could receive these types of content, but obviously I won't get into those unless you want me to do a series of potential character packs and vehicle packs we'd like to see. Based on the amount of stuff that I've already thought of already, I'd actually really like to do this series, so please let me know in the comments if this is something you'd like to see. Also on the topic of different pieces of media, we could potentially see level packs. Once again, these things would have a focus on things like Clone Wars, The Mandalorian or Rogue One, as well as other things of course as well. I think The Mandalorian would be a really nice example to use, and from the first season alone there are a ton of possibilities for levels. The final 2 episodes could just be one big level, with the other episodes being a level each. I think the potential here is vast, and as you play as characters like the Mandalorian himself, Cara Dune, IG-11 and others, you would essentially unlock these guys to play in the open world straight away, with others being unlocked for you to buy with your studs for things like the Incinerator Trooper or Moff Gideon. These first 3 pieces of DLC alone allows you to greatly expand your playable options and create your own stories with even more characters. Speaking of playable options, these pieces of media will also allow TT Games to add new locations on planets for you to go to and explore, as well as new planets in general. From Star Wars Rebels alone we could see Lothal, and with this we could have the ability to explore its capital ship and even ride out of it to go to the tower where we first meet Ezra. Not only that, but we do see several encampments at various times within the series, as well as a secret Jedi temple, so these potential new locations would be awesome, and as well as just new locations on existing planets, and obviously just other planets, the potential is vast, and obviously they don't have to do this, but I'd very much like to see this in the future if they do end up doing that. The final piece of potential DLC that LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga could receive is in the form of more side quests. We already know that from previous news about the game that there will be a ton of side quests in the game already, so if they did end up adding new locations to existing planets as well as other new planets in general, then the potential for side quests will obviously greatly increase along with that. An example could be on Tatooine, where let's say there is a character in Mos Eisley who has you running quests that take you to Anchorhead or Mos Espa. If a new place was added into Tatooine, then perhaps this character would get you a new side mission that would take you to this new location. Likewise, if Lothal was added, as I mentioned earlier, then they could add a ton of side quests along with that within the city or the farmsteads, which could be incredible. Just the thought of all this potential content has me incredibly excited, and they may not do any of this for the game, but I really do feel as though if they serviced it like this, almost like a live service LEGO Star Wars game, then it would be absolutely insane and would certainly keep people playing the game for a long time, and perhaps even spending money on these pieces of DLC. Now I know you may be thinking, oh god no, not a season pass, I don't want to spend money on DLC. However, the character packs in LEGO Force Awakens were only like £1.69, and with the Clone Wars one you got 8 new characters for that, which in my opinion is actually a really good deal if you think about it. It's basically like 20p per character, so it's not too bad, and £1.69 obviously isn't a lot of money either, which is great, but I truly feel as though a season pass could benefit this game massively, especially if they went and got content for many years to come. That is my opinion though. Free post-launch content is always a better feeling for players. Obviously they don't want to have to spend more money for content, but I'd totally be up for that as well. Either way, I'd love to see new content come to this game post-launch, and the potential for it is vast, and I think it could really do wonders for the game. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about all this though. That's it for today's video. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.